Welcome to Shop Talk with Short Block and Dipstick, where we talk about all the daily shenanigans that go on around our auto repair shop. And if there's time left over, we might even talk about the cars. Here are your hosts, Short Block and Dipstick. Oh yeah.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 10 of Shop Talk with Short Block and Dipstick.
Heyo.
So we are here with a special guest today. Very special guest. Some might even say special.
Special ed, yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay. No, I was joking. Nice to have you, man. Introduce yourself to the people. There's 1.2 million people on average listening to you, so...
All my beautiful people out there, just like Freddie Mercury used to say, thank you for taking the time to listen to me today. This is Tuner coming to you live from the beautiful state of Tennessee, coming from the home state of good old Baltimore, Maryland, baby. And yes, it is kind of like The Wire.
Nice. It's just like butter.
Did you hear that? Yo, he's perfect. That was smooth. So we went with guest Tuner because he's an outsourced trainer coming in to help us out in our front end. And just like a tuner is an outside part, you put into your car to make it a little better.
There you go.
That's right.
So we got our guest tuner today.
He's going to make us sharper. He's going to make us faster. And most importantly, with weird people that come into our shop, we just deter them. You have a turn in your car, we don't work on it. Nope. Put it back to stock.
Oh, man.
No, we're really happy to have Mark here to help us out, work out any kinks, and just get better at what we do every day here for our customers in the area.
Well, now that y'all know my government name, I appreciate that.
From now on, we'll just refer to you as Tuner.
Yeah, that was kind of our thing. I think it was our first episode. We're like, yeah, it's Short Block and Dipstick. It was like 5 seconds before.
Oh, yeah.
Short Block's like, what's up, Chad?
No, you said my name first.
I appreciate it nonetheless, y'all. Thank you for having me here once again.
So tell us a little about yourself, what you do, and why you're the best at it.
Well, I don't think I'm the best at it. I'll throw that out there because regardless, if you think you're the best at anything, there's always somebody out there better than you.
Man, this guy's deep.
And that's just what it is right there, you know. Do I think I'm the best? Absolutely not. Do I learn from the best, which is people like y'all? Then absolutely, you know. My goal when it comes down to any kind of, even training, the word, you know, I've never been the biggest fan of training or trainer. Just like I was speaking to a few folks downstairs, you know, I love what I do because of a couple different reasons. So real quick, not to take up too much time, what I do, some of my main goals is I get to go and interact with so many different automotive shops across the country and even intercontinental now. New Zealand, I've met shops down there, worked with them. I've met shops from the, what is the technical term called? The tropical islands, Puerto Rico and all that kind of good stuff.
Nice.
And the way that I sum it up is that, you know, out of, I think we work with 1,800 shops, right? Is that we're all working towards the same goal, but there's 1,800 different ways we're all working towards the same goal. So if we keep on, argument's sake, let's just say we keep on trying 2, 3, 4 things the same way and it's not working, well, that's the definition of insanity. It's doing the same thing over and over again, wanting a different result, but it's not going to happen. So the best part about my job is that not only do I get to share my experiences, my pros, my cons, my ups and downs, my everything that I've experienced, I get to meet wonderful folk like y'all, right? I get to hear your experiences, what you do and how you make it work, how you've overcome objections. I get to mix mine in, then I get to take all that knowledge, take it to another shop and be like, hey, have you had this happen, this happen, this happen? Even if it hasn't happened to me, I'm like, man, I know a shop that happened to. This is how they overcame it. And essentially, that's my whole purpose for even the whole thing tomorrow, you know? To kind of sum that up real quick, I've been in the shoes where I've had people watching me, right? Just like the last couple days. And I don't like being micromanaged. It's my biggest pet peeve in the world. Don't tell me how to do my job, especially from people that have never done my job, right? But my whole goal and focus for being here is to be able to take away what you all are doing. And hey, if there is something going on that maybe it is a common problem, argument's sake, maybe it's something you haven't been able to overcome or a simple objection, man, let me tell you about the time I was in those shoes. You know, maybe the exact thing that I've done may not help you, but maybe it opens up your mind a little bit. So my overall goal for everything here, everything that I do, is to be able to just not tell you how to do your job. It's simply, hey, look, let's share experiences, let's network, and maybe 6 months, maybe you don't have a problem right now, but 6 months from now, maybe something pops up and you're just like, man, let me reach out to, no, want to use my government name, you know. Let me reach out to Tuner out there and just see if he has an opinion, because we all have opinions, and I'm not going to tell you you're right or you're wrong. Sometimes you're just going to learn from it right there. So that's my whole goal. I take so much more away from y'all because then I get to go ahead and help out so many more people. So that's my big reason for loving what I do. And as always, man, thank y'all for letting me be here and being on this amazing podcast. I heard a few episodes last night. I got to tell you, your all voices in the most positive way put me to sleep. I got into my third episode right there. I was sitting there. I was contemplating playing my Nintendo Switch, and I said, let me check it out. So I downloaded it, heard the first episode, then we jumped to numbers 8 and 9, I believe it was. And I was like, man, I'm laughing my backside off. And I sat there, closed my eyes, and just relaxed, man. So I'm really excited to be here.
No, we're
Nice.
very glad to have you here. But I like that. So you get outside experience from multiple countries, multiple shops, dealing with infinite amount of people, because everybody's unique, and
Something like 1.2 million, probably.
at least that's how many listeners we have. And then being able to take those shared experiences, be a capsule for them, and then go from shop to shop, share those experiences, and on the way pick up more. That's pretty cool. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool. I
man.
like that.
I love networking, man. Networking is my favorite thing in the world, because for me, that's how I got here today. Not to down college or anything like that. I lasted 2 weeks, and that was it.
Yeah, not for everybody.
No, sir. And it was just from meeting the right people, being in the right spots at the right time. And if we're being real about it, that's how most of these people get these things anyway. We talk about big conglomerate. I mean, it's just the right people at the right time. My favorite story about that is, if you ever heard about Shaq investing in Google. So he was in a hotel lobby just standing there. He overheard two people talking about Google before it became a real big thing. And all he simply said was, hey, what is that? And they said, oh my God, you got to get invested in this. You got to check it on out. He invested X amount, made Y amount right there with a bunch of commas. And he said it was just being in the right place at the right time. That's all. it is,
Wow.
man.
Yeah, I never heard that. I thought he was going to go to Papa John's, because I know he just took over Papa
Yeah.
John's. I thought that was a perfect segue into food, which we.
Oh, man, big time. Does it just naturally taste better to you now that you know that Shaq is behind it?
The Shack pizza, the one that's got like 9 pounds of pepper. Sign me up any day.
Nice.
Yeah, I was not a fan of Papa John. I don't know if it's a mental thing that Shack's cool now, Papa John's is cool, but it's definitely better pizza now.
Absolutely.
It's definitely it's better pizza. They definitely got better ingredients.
Better steak.
Papa
left to it.
Shack's.
What was it? One of my favorite things, I think it may have been Domino's. Do you remember when the CEO, I believe it was Domino's, came out and said, hey, look, our pizzas suck. We've been dropping the ball.
Yeah.
Give us another try. We promise you it'll be better than the last time. Because if you remember, that pizza sucked so bad that
Yeah.
any slight improvement is going to be better. And I thought that was the most brilliant marketing
Yeah.
I've ever heard right there. Hey, we suck. We made one slight change, come back, and if it's that much better, we've proved ourselves. And now everybody loves a second chance story right there. You
That's
come
right.
on back, it's slightly better.
I was actually amazed. I tried that. This was like a couple years ago, and it had just so happened after we had recently moved to a new place, and it was only Domino's and Papa John's and Toppers that were in our
Toppers.
area. And for the life of me,
What is
during this-
Toppers?
Toppers sticks. If you've ever had Toppers pizza,
No,
Toppers.
I've never heard of that.
Maybe it's a northern thing. I don't know. But anyways, neither of those two other places, other than Domino's, could to deliver to my house in under an hour. And it was getting sad because I usually get cravings right around 8:30, and I'm like, if I could just have a pizza right now, that would be amazing. But yeah,
8:30 at night, you're
yeah.
ordering pizza?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but Domino's is the only one that could make it happen. And the first 2 times they made it happen, they were at my house within 20 minutes. I was like, this
Really?
is great. This was also during the pandemic. So I think people were low staffed, and there was some other stuff going on too. But I was like, all right, well, let's try Domino's out for a while. Maybe it doesn't taste as good as Papa John's does, but I'd get my pizza before 10:30.
Yeah.
So I was enjoying that. And I was amazed at how they took care of their customers. There were times where my pizza arrived at 31 minutes, the next orders that I made in following weeks. And I got emails saying, hey, if you're not totally satisfied, just click right here. And I would get a free order the next time.
Nice. And then they have like an insurance
Yeah.
plan with their
The em-
pizza.
the emergency pizza.
Yeah.
It's just a free pizza. Because you're a good customer, I guess. That was loud.
See, we naturally just drifted into food.
Yeah, it's just a.
That seems to be a going theme. It's, hey, this is our guest, X, Y, and Z, and tell us a little about yourself. Okay, now back to pizza.
Back on the
just a
food
good feeling.
topic. back on that food topic, I got an amazing question for y'all out there, and this is something that me and my techs fought about for months and months and years. And it's on the subject of glizzies. Are y'all ready for that? Glizzy subject?
Let's go.
Y'all know
That's
what
right
a
up our
glizzy
alley.
is, right?
Do you have a towel for a short block?
Do I have it on my tongue? Yeah, or my beard.
Tongue. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. That's a towel.
Well, I
Ugh.
figured if we put our
Too
beards
lucky.
together, it's kind of like Velcro. It's
I know for the people out there, we don't have video yet.
Oh, yeah.
The most magnificent beard.
I agree.
I would say borderline mane. I would call it a mane at this
mane.
point.
It's my flavor
You ever
saver.
on like the golden retrievers where they have that front bush? That's what it is.
Oh yeah, I do have bush. Oh man, so the big glizzy question, right? You ready? Bush,
ready.
bush aside, glizzy bush. All right. So the big question, or the big argument that we faced in many of my shops over many years is a hot dog considered a sandwich?
Did we ever talk about this?
No, we did tacos and burritos.
That's what it was.
Tacos. Well, hold on. Let's think about this. A sandwich, by definition, 2 pieces of bread. So I gotta go.
With meat in the middle.
I gotta go. No.
Or
Wait.
anything
Hold
in the
on.
middle, really.
Hold on. I just contradicted myself.
Did a little bit.
1 piece of bread. So I went, no, that is not a sandwich. But if you go to Subway, they take that loaf, slice it down one side, open it up, put the meat in, close it, 1 piece of bread. That's a Subway sandwich. So it's
I think you go to
I
a
don't
lot
think-
of.
I think
you
it
go to
might
a lot
be.
of these.
It just has
deli
its own
spots.
special name. Hot dog.
If you go to a deli spot right there, they tell you, our specialty sandwiches, and it's like an Italian cold cut. It's a turkey club, and it's under sandwiches.
It's just a special name.
well,
Hot dog sandwich.
maybe I'm gonna say no. Wait, would you consider a hamburger a sandwich? That would still
Yeah.
be a sandwich,
Why not?
right? Okay,
It's
so
a burger sandwich.
now if you go
And
to like
it's in the sandwiches under, or sometimes it has its own aisle on the menu for burgers.
So with this argument, I want
Because
to
you
let
get the same idea. Chicken sandwich. It's just chicken in the middle.
But okay, but now hold on, time out. If you go to 7-Eleven and get a hot dog, okay, you can get one that's made out of beef, like hamburger, and they call it a hamburger hot dog. They don't,
Still a sandwich.
but is it?
Why not?
Because maybe hot dog is the shape of the meat. So give me another sandwich with a glizzy shape, and then I'll go. It's a sandwich.
Well, like a bratwurst or something? Are you talking about?
But that's still a bratwurst. You don't call it a bratwurst
That
sandwich.
bratwurst just describes the type of meat it is. Doesn't mean it's not a sandwich.
Yeah, but a hamburger describes. Shh, I don't like your face right now.
If I could gear your attention real quick, in case if y'all didn't know, there is a National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, and technically on their website.
How do we get on that council? I've got a lot of input.
But no, check this out right here. You see right here
Fill out
under
an application.
sandwich. So the National Hot Dog Council and Association technically put an end to it as they announce official policy on hot dog as a sandwich controversy. Which, long story short, you're more welcome to go in there and check it out. I'll pass it around. They say no. However, I like to go against the grain.
I agree. You know who we need to ask? Chuck
So-
Norris.
So hold on. The National
knows.
Hot Dog and Sausage Council said no, it is not a
Did
sandwich.
they give a good reason?
Well, let's check it on.
We're
here.
the
What's their-
National Hot Dog Council. We don't need to give
What's
good
their
reasons.
findings?
How much do you get? How much do you get paid to be on this council?
That's what I'm saying.
How do we get on the hot dog
Probably by
council?
volunteer.
I mean, I'm still gonna
They all
volunteer.
take weekend shifts driving around the
Is
Wienermobile.
there an application point on there? I'm trying to get on this council. Send you free shipments. Here's some frozen wieners.
Kind of sort
I
of
just ship
related.
my wieners. You ever see that commercial?
No.
You never saw the commercial? No. It's like Kmart or Shopko or something like that. And they're in there all excited, and they're just like, and they're using the word ship, like I shipped or delivered something. They're like,
Okay.
I just shipped my drawers. I just shipped my pants.
That was Kmart.
It was a fantastic
I'm pretty sure
marketing.
that was Kmart. And then and look, now they're out of business. So
No, maybe-
every
maybe their
see, now
delivery
I was
service
going
is
to go
still
on a
kicking.
whole rant about Kmart because it was everywhere when I was a kid, and they're gone. I don't see any anymore.
It just feels like they just needed to be more positive about who they were. You can't just go around and be like, we're okay, Mart. You got to be more positive and be like, we're good.
There it is.
We're great value.
USDA regulatory definition: sandwich product must contain at least 35% cooked meat and no more than 50% bread. Sandwiches are not amenable to inspection, and if inspection is requested for the product, it could be granted. And so you can actually go ahead and I guess submit like a new something for if
Sure.
it's technically called a sandwich. I haven't gotten this far before, but oh yeah, they got a whole list of things where it's like
So they're saying there's too much bread ratio.
that's what I'm assuming.
Well, you
What
couldn't
about
go thinner bread because that'd be weird.
why
A
not?
hot dog wrap? Could you eat a hot dog
Hot
wrap?
dog wrap? No, just thin crust.
A thin crust hot dog? Wait, hold on. Hold on. I'm about to shut this whole thing down. Is a corn dog a sandwich?
Oh,
Because that's not a lot of bread.
Well, a corn dog is heavenly, first of all.
Okay,
yeah,
let's start with
let's
that.
all agree on that.
You go out to the foot and get a foot long. Yeah, it's a good time.
Is a corn dog? What is a corn dog?
Is
It's a wrap.
that a hot dog wrap?
Fried wrap.
Did we just? I feel like we just broke the internet. We need to get this news out there. So hold on, a corn dog would be a hot dog wrap? Mm-hmm. I'm with it. Call the council real quick. Let them know.
I got them on speed dial number
We have a
3.
submission.
I feel like that's a number I need on speed dial.
Where does the corn
Just
come
checking in,
from?
guys. I'm on the corner of 5th and 19th.
It's cornmeal. See, that's why I'm worried. If we have like technological downfall, I can't even make bread anymore because I don't know how to make bread. Let alone cornmeal. I ain't got no mortar thing to grind up some
What
corn.
do you need cornmeal for?
You've never used cornmeal in your life?
I do all the time.
Okay, and if
We
you
make
had to
pizzas on
make
the
it,
weekend.
if you had to make it yourself, could you?
Nope, I buy it in a bag for my homemade pizzas
You put cornmeal in pizza crust?
on the bottom, so you can slide it really easily into the pizza oven.
So it's like bearings,
Sure.
like ball bearings. So,
Yep. It's more
We
like
need it.
sand, but
Dude, there's a horror story I have about pizza right there. And shout out to my mom out there. I know you're listening out there. You've been waiting for me to come and say this.
she's one of the 1.2 million.
She's 1.1 million of them, yeah. So everybody gets on me because I put ketchup on pizza.
ooh.
Now,
Is it like hamburger or mac and cheese pizza at least?
well,
I'm not opposed. I'm not
regular
opposed.
cheese or pepperoni is pretty much where I have it at. However, the reasoning behind it is chef's kiss. So growing up, didn't really have a lot of money, right? When me and my mother would give us pizza, or give me pizza, I should say, it was a delicacy. It was like a Michelin 2-star restaurant. That's how we felt. Oftentimes, when you put the pizza into the oven and you pull it on out, you're like, man, I'm looking forward to it, But she would forget one key step in the standard operating procedure of putting the pizza in the oven and taking it out. And it was removing the cardboard from underneath. And when she wouldn't remove the cardboard, I'm like, I don't know, this, taste that? She goes, put some ketchup on it, drown out the flavor.
Yeah,
So
well, there you
anytime
go.
she made something that I didn't like, she would just tell me to put ketchup on it. And now there's a lot of foods that I know it tastes good without it, but it's still that, I guess it's nostalgia.
Yeah,
now, I guess that's
yeah.
what it
Back to your
is.
home.
So my lady, man, I'll dip this big old cheese pizza in a piece of ketchup right there, and she's just like,
I'm not gonna say I've never done the ketchup thing. I've definitely done that. Not bad. And I know the whole thing now is ranch dressing in their pizza. But you can get bacon flavored Thousand Island dressing. Game changer. Game changer. Wife made pizza one night, or we bought pizza. I don't know, one way or the other. And I was looking for the ranch because if you ain't got marinara for the crust, I'll get a little ranch. It's all good. We didn't have any. I said, hey, I told one of my kids, hey, grab me the salad dressing. I'm thinking we only got ranch. She's got Thousand Island in there. They bring me that, and I go, whatever, I got it here. Game changer. Game
Interesting.
changer.
You just make a Big Mac pizza
Ooh, if you had a hamburger pizza, and
with Thousand Island?
man, I always get hungry after these stinking
This is
episodes.
probably a good reason why.
if you do have an air fryer at the house, you can deep fry a Big Mac. I watched that on
Oh.
YouTube one time.
A
in the air
deep
fryer.
fried Big Mac? Hold on.
In an air fryer. You can do that. If you got an air fryer, I can't remember the particular order of operations, but it's breadcrumbs, egg yolk, and what's the other thing that people usually use? But it was flour, breadcrumbs, and the yolk of an egg, right? And you put it in. I can't remember the order of where you got to dip it in, but you put it in one, smother it around, put it in the air fryer, and it crisps up on the outside. And when you bite into it, it's still gooey like the Big Mac on the inside.
Are you okay, Short Ply?
Bro,
I got a chub
this
as
is
well.
like
I feel
my
ya.
this is my favorite person in the world.
Oh,
A
man.
deep fried Big Mac?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
getting recipes all day.
I put a lot of meat in my mouth. I know it tastes good.
It's good to know yourself.
Hey, you know what? $20 is $20. I got a water bill to pay, people. Let me know. I'll check my Cash App.
Are you enjoying your water over there?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Were you trying to make a joke out of it?
No, I just can hear it in the playback of my mic. I can hear the water rushing and everything.
It's just cooling.
It's just coolant. We have a coolant issue with water sloshing we're working on right now.
Which kind of vehicle?
Mustang,
What year?
2010. You asked me, like, you might have had some input, or were you just curious?
Have you replaced anything on it yet?
No. Thermostat. Separate issue.
Why?
Separate issue. It was
Okay.
leaking. No, separate issue. It was leaking.
And they bled it?
Yeah?
They bleed it overnight?
Yes.
They vacuum bleed it?
Yes, Chad. That is the SOP for coolant flushes.
I'm just checking. You don't black and bleed all of them.
Black and bleed? Black and bleed? Don't worry about it.
There's
we can
not like a
discuss
real
that.
common issue on those.
Yeah,
Chevys
that's-
have a terrible common issue with that water rushing noise.
See, it is a Mustang. Did we see if there was any sidewalk problems? Did he go up on us? I know how Mustang drivers are.
Yeah, it could be.
Every video of car beats and the Mustang guy's doing a burnout or something.
Oh, yeah.
Just run away. If you're there and the Mustang's doing a burnout, just leave. You're
You
gonna
just
die.
walk away.
You're gonna
They're
die.
the worst.
Every video is like that. But then I did find out that the Challenger, the Dodge Challenger, the Hellcat, has the highest percentage of cars wrecked the day of purchase.
Sure.
I don't know who was taking this information down, but somebody did, and this car blew them away. Because you put some 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid, here's a Hellcat, here's 800 horsepowers, enjoy.
They can't control it.
They can't control it. Have you ever drove one? A
Yeah.
Hellcat? It is not made
is.
for the road.
It is. It's actually kind of difficult.
Yeah, because you can't help but start spinning the tires. If it's raining, there's no, put it up.
Did you know? So, fun fact: Dodge is one of the first ones to do it. Mustang is too now.
Dodge.
So they started putting their vehicles out with like track packs, so you can floor it right off the line, and the car will hold the gear for you as you're revving it. It basically applies the parking brake. As
Oh,
you're-
like a,
so you can spin out the tires and get it going like you're trying to do at a racetrack.
What do they call it? A torque converter? Like a shift
like a
delay.
lockup?
Yeah, something like that.
So there's a mode that you can use in the computer system to lock it, so the vehicle stays put as you spin out the tires.
Oh,
like
yeah, it's
you're at
called
the
launch
racetrack.
control. It's
There
called
it is.
launch control.
Yep.
That's it.
Well, Dodge was one of the first ones, as their rear ends, like the whole axle will just come out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just completely blew out the whole rear axle after overheating the whole thing. Because the vehicle is meant to do it, they warranty it. Even though these guys are at a racetrack, completely blow out their rear end when they're trying to race their vehicles. It's under warranty because the vehicle is supposed to be raced.
Really?
Now, I do got one question because you mentioned something that I think is pretty important to at least bring up. What parents are co-signing on these 18, 19-year-old
Yeah, I know.
Hellcats? Because I'm down for being adopted, folks. I mean, I'm a little on the
Seriously, right?
seasoned side there, but I mean, you can claim me on taxes, baby, if I can get a Hellcat.
All right.
Yeah, there's no way. I wouldn't even give my 18-year-old self a car like that. There's no way. No way.
I had to buy my mom's 99 Civic from her, or 96, 97 Civic from her. Right
I agree.
There. I had to
I'm
buy
going to go
it.
find your 05 Dodge Neon. Give it to my kids.
Oh, you don't want that one. Oh, one of the episodes we went into weird cars we've owned, and I think it was a 05 Neon. I can't even remember now.
With the pink stripe.
I didn't have. No, that was the thing is you were confused why mine didn't have a pink stripe,
It should have.
but it didn't.
Was it the Dodge Neon or Plymouth Neon?
No, this is a Dodge Neon.
Mm-hmm.
That was a hunk of junk.
They're in a junkyard now, probably.
Well, most likely. Most likely.
I had to put in mind, mine was a 86 Cutlass Supreme, and that was the car I did a lot of just different stuff on. We ended up 8-inch chain link steering wheel on a car with no power steering.
There you
It
go.
was bagged, and we did it in the wintertime. And for about a week and a half, I didn't know where the gas tank was, where to put gas in. So I finally drifted into this gas station running out of gas, and I was just standing on the outside of this vehicle just looking at it, acting like I was admiring it, but I was there for about 10 minutes. And finally an older gentleman came over and goes, "Good old G-bodies, man, they don't make them like that no more." I said, "Dang sure don't." He's like, "Yeah, gas tanks these days too, man. It was cool when they were behind the tag. I said, son of a gun. Pulled the tag on down. It dang sure was there. I was like, I know, isn't it crazy right there? I said, oh my God. And myself, man, I had no idea it was back here, man. For like 2 or 3 days, I was afraid to drive it because I couldn't find the gas tank. And this is before like smartphones and YouTube was on the phone and everything.
Yeah, you just had to know stuff back then.
I felt like such an idiot.
Could you imagine going to a high school or middle school now and then kids are doing a research paper and you're like, oh, there's the encyclopedias, go figure it out. There's no way these kids could read.
Walk into this library, read a book.
Oh, what?
Library? What?
Yeah,
A library? What is that?
I know. It's like,
But
tough
you
to
hit
get
that
around.
Right, you hit that right there on the head. And what's really wild too is that at least in Maryland, right? That's where Tuner comes from out there. And I don't know if it happened here, but in Maryland, 5-7 years ago, on the driving test, you no longer had to parallel park.
mm-hmm.
And that threw me off right there because I remember parallel park, and that was the one thing I was so nervous about. Right, was getting it in there, getting it so close. Am I right here? Am I right here? And when they removed that, I said, "Wow, what now?" And you should see the cars out there. The way people would just double park in the middle of the road and leave it there all night long. I mean, it's just, if I would have done that, tickets everywhere. But them, I'm
What
is
city
crazy.
in Maryland was it?
good old Baltimore City.
Baltimore.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Nice.
sir.
Well, that's a big city. When I went to New York, I was talking to them about it. And hold on, let me backtrack. In Florida, if you leave a car on the side of the road, they'll come by, sticker it. You got, X amount of hours to remove this car, yada, yada, yada. In New York, they don't do that. If you're somewhere you're not supposed to be, tow it, snatch it.
Not sure. Those streets are plugged up, man. You got to keep moving.
Yeah, we went to we had to do some training in PA, and we were in Allentown, Pennsylvania, super small town. And me and the guy I went up there with, we were in his big jacked up Chevrolet, and neither one of us had been in New York City. So it was either you want to go to Philly or do you want to go to New York? And I was like, well, I've never been to New York or Philly, and he hadn't either. So we just coin flipped it, and we decided New York. And we're driving around New York in this big jacked up truck. There was not another truck in New York City at this time. And this was I want to say late 2018. So before any of the COVID restrictions or anything like that. And it was just bustling. There were so many people. It was just, because I'm from Central Florida. I'm not around a bunch of people like that. But it was just that many people crammed together. You get claustrophobic, and I'm just like, oh, like it's not.
Right. You just roll on the window. What's wrong with you people? There's like billions of land. Go that way.
They're all right there on that. And we came from Jersey, and it's like ghost town.
Oh, don't get me started.
And as soon as we go under this tunnel that's leaking at the bottom, what tunnel is that? The Lincoln Tunnel? Is that what it's called? Well, we get to the bottom, and because I'm a claustrophobic person, I'm like, man, we got to go under a river to get to New York? Man, let's find a bridge. And I'm just like, oh, I'm like, man, there's so much water above me right now. And then we get to the bottom, and it's just leaking, like a lot. Like somebody up there with a 5-gallon bucket at a time just dumping water. And I was like, oh my God. I'm a praying man now. I'm just like,
Right.
let's get me out of this tunnel. But yeah, and then we get in, it's like, I think it was Bayonne, New Jersey, I think. And as soon as we get to New York, it's just tons of people. You can't park nowhere. No, we had to illegally park to get a hot dog because I said, I want to get a hot dog from New York. So we illegally parked there. Illegally parked in Battery to see the Statue of Liberty from the shore. It was insane, but we never took our eyes off the truck in case the tow truck pulled. We just jump in,
Right? You just
take off.
run back. Just hold on, guys. I was just really quickly getting a sandwich.
A sandwich.
Hot dog. Just look at you.
I think that's.
Damn lie, first of all.
I don't think I want to call a hot dog a sandwich in New York because
They would probably be offended.
they would probably be offended.
What they
That's
call them
it.
up there? Call them Franks up there, don't they? Or is that not
Glizzies, I
far?
think.
Oh, Glizzy, yeah. I think the Glizzy. New Jersey, though, real quick, if you don't mind me. Did you drive in New Jersey at all, or was it briefly? Like, how long did you drive it? Were you on the turnpike? I guess is what I'm trying to
No,
ask.
we went through. No, it was like it wasn't a big highway. We took all back roads to get there.
I was on the. If you're ever in New Jersey on the turnpike, especially, unless it's changed since 2009, when you're on the turnpike and you break down, you can't call your own tow truck. They send the state out to get you, right? So I had 2 flat tires on my little EG Civic out there. And I called a tow truck that I just find. They said, on the turnpike, nope, you got to call the state to come pick you up. So I called the state. They sent out a tow truck, right? Now, I'm like Planet Fitness judgment-free zone. I don't judge nobody too much, right? So this flatbed comes out. Me and my lady's out there, and just for a little bit of context, my lady tells me, my son's mom tells me, well, I told you we should have brought my car. I told you, because I had little Civic, low pros on there, all that kind of good stuff. Flatbed comes on out. Have y'all seen Scary Movie 2? Remember the movie Scary Movie 2?
It's been a while.
Well, even if you don't remember it, you remember the guy with the little hand?
Yeah.
Tow truck driver had the little hand. And I don't judge nobody, but he hops out of the truck, and the only thing I could think of is I wonder how he based his turkey, right? But he has the little hand right there, and he's like, oh, yeah, you got some flat tires. I was like, hey, you got eyes, buddy. That's amazing. The best part hasn't happened yet. So
I'm
like,
already sold.
there.
You already got me.
So I was like, hey, man, do you want us to hop in a cab? And he goes, nah, you're good. I'm going to pull you right on up. I said, us on up? What are you talking about? He goes, you can sit right there in the car. I said, and pull us up on the truck? He goes, yep. I was like, so you want me to stay in the car? Why then hop out? He goes, nah, you're good right there. I was like, so we're going to stay in the car while you tow us up, and then you're going to tow us to a shop while we're on the back of the bed? He goes, yep. And it was about a 30-minute drive on the back of the flatbed of this truck right there.
Jeez.
That guy, he does not want to talk to people.
I'm just blown away. There was a Southerner tow truck driver in New York City.
He was well, this was on the Jersey Turnpike, and I don't know if he was Southern, but he had that little kind of good old boy
twang.
accent right there. And I have it's on one of my old phones, but I still have the video where I'm like, cars off, looking at my son's mom. She's like, I told you we should have took my car. You've got me on the back of this flatbed. I call up a friend of mine at the time that did repos. I said, man, I'm on the back of a flatbed right now. I said, this isn't right, is it? He goes, you're in the car on the flatbed? I said, yeah, man, I'm literally in the car. He goes, that's illegal. I was like, I thought so. But I was like, it's the turnpike. So, I mean, Jersey's like the armpit of America right there. I love Jersey out there, but when I found out I couldn't pump my own gas in Jersey, that threw me off as well. I thought I was getting robbed at the pump. That was a whole other story. But, yeah, I sat on the flatbed of this tow truck driving 30 miles off the turnpike to this little tire shop that was barely open. They didn't accept credit cards, and I'm trying to pull... Don't break down on the Jersey Turnpike.
The moral of the story.
Right.
And... yeah. Oh man,
I feel like we sidetracked a little bit.
my bad.
No.
We always do.
I'm saying the last 20 minutes.
Oh,
So do you have any interesting stories being in all these other countries and stuff? Do you have any?
Well, I haven't been. The only other country I was at was in Puerto Rico, but I mean, I know that's without all that. So I've never been to another country, but I've talked to shops and from all walks of life and backgrounds and just a little bit everything you can imagine out there. And how can I put this? I guess the one thing that always blows me away, not in every single shop, but if I had to choose one thing that I think all the shops together that lack a little bit, is just literally simple empathy. It's putting yourself in somebody's shoes. It's the, even though you may not know what they're feeling is what you're selling, and I hate the word selling, but what you're selling is feelings as well, I mean, you gotta be able to relate in some way, shape, or form, and you gotta find that one little thing, because feelings, it doesn't matter what language you speak, it doesn't matter where you're at, it's being able to relate to somebody, and as soon as you can relate to someone, guard comes down, and the reason why I say it like that is, I mean, that's if we're being realistic here, nobody comes to an automotive repair facility with a smile on their face, Most of the time. You got a few good members and clients that come on through, but most of the time, guard is up, barriers are up because they're afraid of being taken advantage of, And all it takes is one bad experience from one bad shop to ruin all the other good shops out there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you just got to remember, to myself, advisors, us right here, you're in your shop every day. You know how it's ran. You know you're amazing out there. They don't know it. And you got to remember, if you've ever had an ex that's taken advantage of you, or mom or dad or friend or family, I'm like, that feeling, if you've ever said, I'm never dating again, oh my goodness, but you end up with the same old little baby daddy, don't you? You run right on back to him. You ever been taken advantage of or screwed over? I ain't going out with nobody, but then you're on Plenty of Fish the next day trying to find the next one right there, because not everybody's like that. But guards are up, so just bring guard down, relate, find something that you and that other person love and can relate to, and man, just run with it, because people just want to feel good, It's a one bad shop to bring, to set their guard up, and it's going to take probably a few times to positive way, bring their guard down, because you can't blame them for that.
Yep.
So just relate, ask questions, figure out who they are, what they're about, what they use their vehicle for, and just understand them, then understand the car. If you try to go right for the car and just try to, you got to sell the feelings first. So out of all the shops that I've ever talked to, with all the people out there, I mean, some amazing shops. I'm not talking bad about any of them, you know, but it's the one thing that I hope if anybody were to ever take away anything that I say, it's be relatable. Don't just have somebody, hey, walk in, how are you doing today? Yeah, we can check that on out. I'll call you later on. Man, ask, what's going on? What's the car's name? Does your car have a nickname, man? Ask them if they have a nickname out there. The few people that I spoke to over at y'all shops out there, I got in a conversation with them, and out of the 4 people I talked to, 3 of them had nicknames for their cars. I loved it. The one guy had a nickname. It was like McNasty or Big Nasty or something like that. I'm like, that's awesome, right there, just Big Nasty. I think he was talking about like a CTSV. And every time when I asked him about the CTSV, I said, was that Big Nasty right there? Can I get it? And he smiled every single time I said Big Nasty. It's fantastic, man. That's my one thing that I hope that everybody can just understand, is that we're in the people business. You know, when it comes on, yeah, we're in cars, but we're in the people business at the same time. And you gotta focus on that, because without the happiness, without the love and all that, we're just part changers, you know?
Yeah.
Make a staple, you know? Be the one that they tell their friends about. Like, man, you ain't gonna believe the experience that I had over here. Oh, now not everybody likes that, you know? Not everybody's always gonna... I love my brother to death, Brian. If you're out there, I love you, baby. My brother's not one of those. My brother just wants it cheap and fast, you know, kind of like Baltimore City, you know, a little bit around there. They want it cheap and fast. Well, there's places out there like that. If you're looking for an experience like Disney World, then come on through. You know, I don't got 8-foot talking mouses, but I live in Baltimore, baby. I can find you Master Splinter down there somewhere, you know. I'm like, not everybody's going to like that, and that's okay, you know. Not in a negative or mean way, but hey, if that's what you're looking for, I'm sure there's a facility out there that can facilitate your needs. However, here, if you're looking for the best quality, the best service, smile on your face, amazing, and just all this other stuff, then you're home, man. Come on back. I'd love to see you again. That's the one thing at all the shops, man, that I love to see, and everybody usually hits it right on point, man. It's just the empathy aspect for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like butter, like butter, smooth with
It's a
it.
smooth jazz.
Land O'Lakes. No, not Land O'Lakes. Not Land O'Lakes.
Yeah, they got butter.
Oh, that is butter? Is
Yeah.
it? Okay, I was thinking the I can't believe it's not butter, sweet cream and calcium, if you remember that commercial right there.
Yeah, but that's just fake stuff.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
like,
you're not.
No,
fake
this is
stuff.
the real
no,
deal.
no, no.
This is
We
the
need
real
real
deal.
butter. Whole
They
milk
say
butter.
I can't believe it. This is Betty Crocker.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he should have been guest Betty Crocker. We didn't know he was smooth like butter till just now.
Oh, man. I'm thick like butter, too, baby. Let me tell you that real quick. Call me Marjorie, man. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, man. But, no, man, that's probably my one thing there, is just don't forget to treat people like people. And that doesn't even matter in an automotive shop, man. If you're just out and about, man, don't be afraid to turn around and say hi to somebody.
Yeah, that's
man.
life
Like,
lessons. Yeah.
Don't. If you're in the supermarket, man, turn around. Hey, man, how you doing today? Now, people are going to be a little weirded out because you don't really do that no more. But I mean, my motto, I guess, if you want to call that, has always been, if I turn around and talk to a random person in Walmart, they're probably never going to see me again in my life. So if I crack a dad joke, or if I have some kind of conversation with them and I never see them again, who cares? You know, maybe you put a smile on their face and that's what they needed, because at least for myself, there's been quite a few smiles that have been put on my face on those days that I needed it, you know, where just even some of the smallest things, this went wrong, I can't get any worse than this, and somebody just says one thing and you're just like, yeah, I didn't know I needed that today. And that's my goal, is whenever I'm in a shop, or not even in a shop, but especially in a shop, if I can make you smile or laugh, then I feel like most of my job is done, because nobody comes in here looking to smile or laugh. And even in life, I've turned around so many times in a Walmart and told a terrible dad joke just because I thought of it, or because, man, I had to get it out. And they're just like, oh, man, what in the world? That's a good one right there. I like that. And then that's it. Conversation's over and we move about. I mean, so if I could put a smile on someone's face, that's my goal, because I like when people do it to me like that, you know? Mm-hmm. And that's why when y'all say, man, you got to check this out, that was the smile on my face, man. I've never really been able to come on. I mean, look at these fancy microphones. You can hear stuff outside. Like, this is crazy, you know? I mean, that's what the sirens are. Like, this experience, I've never done this before, and I'm going to remember this forever. I mean, that's the smile for me.
Well, we've only
today,
done
you
it
know?
9 times, so.
Yeah. Now you can come back and listen to it yourself all the time.
Oh, absolutely. Now, for what it's worth, I can't stand my voice on recorder, man. Oh,
No, you're
God.
good. You good.
No,
you got
it
that.
actually, it turns out better than you think.
Oh, no, it's just
The best
my voice.
episodes are when you're sick and you have that really nice.
Yeah, he
low
had a
timbre.
3-week
I had
span
a
where he
Morgan
had-
Freeman thing going.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a nice voice for radio, matches his face for radio. So
You need that Paul Mall smoker's cough right there to get in real deep.
yeah,
Every time you get on here, just smoke a whole pack of Marlboro Reds at once.
I'll have to find a different way to get there.
Oh, man.
Maybe a glizzy.
Oh, but so if it was a glizzy, though, it'd have to be like a rough glizzy right there to
Something.
really scratch
I'll just
your
leave
throat.
it in there.
bratwurst. Just
If you're just leaving glizzies in there, holla at your boy because I got a hotel over here on Fairfield. That's where I'm staying at tonight. Room 2. Wait, what room am I in? Well, room 216. Come on by.
not the government name, but the hotel number.
Right?
I don't know how many room 216s there are over here, but I mean, just most of the hotels are in one cul-de-sac. Come find me.
There you go. Nice. Well, we're going to quickly wrap it up. If anyone has anything else they want to chime in on for the last couple minutes,
We pretty much summed it up.
I think we're good.
I think we're
we got
doing good.
sandwiches, treating people good.
So what did we end up
Glizzies.
on? Oh, I'm team.
Are you?
I'm gonna go team sandwich.
I didn't think it's a sandwich.
Because
I was just
the bread-
disappointed that apparently some actual board of a committee said it's not.
I'm surprised I didn't know about this National Hot Dog and Sausage Council.
And you know, for what it's worth, I mean, aren't committees in general just made up anyway?
I agree.
We should start our own committee and say it is a sandwich. Who's going to say what? Well,
Yeah,
we
we
were
do.
here first, so.
So just means you're wrong first.
Oh, man, I love y'all so much. Absolutely.
So you sandwich or no sandwich?
I think it's a sandwich.
yeah, I'm going
Okay.
against the grain. It's
So-
it's definitely.
we are definitely team sandwich. All right, I'm with
That means
that.
a taco's a sandwich too. Damn it.
All right, look, we ain't got enough time in this podcast to go into that. We'll pick this up next week.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Our guest tuner.
Yeah.
We're excited for tomorrow to learn more and help out our customers in every way we can, get better. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Thank you.